Guys and girls, how are you all doing today? I'm the Kid Around 360. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video is about my first impressions or comparisons between Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. Although there hasn't been much footage released of Battlefield 4, I'll try to give as much of my opinion as I can with what we do have. So first off, PC and next gen consoles will run at 60 frames per second, but PC may be capped to 100. While 360 and PS3 will be 30 frames per second. There are three factions, USA, Russia and China, the latter being where most of the campaign is apparently spent. There is also the implementation of female characters, and if teabagging wasn't plentiful in Battlefield 3, I just assume it's going to get worse now there's female characters. So, as well as possibly implementing features like auto-log challenges as found in games like Need for Speed, they have sandboxes that are dynamic, as you can alert enemies by tripping car alarms or startling birds. But I don't know if this will carry through to multiplayer. It'd be interesting if some of it did, like setting off car alarms, because that could be quite useful in ambush attacks. And finally for this segment, there is apparently a mode called Commander Mode, which should mean that you can control people giving health and ammo. I'm not 100% sure on this. If someone does know, please leave a comment below and let everybody else know. I'd appreciate it, thank you. So my video is going to start pretty shortly. I understand there's things I missed. I just want to state now that all the footage, from the Battlefield 4 footage to the Battlefield 3 footage, is not mine, and you can find the descriptions, the links in the descriptions to the footage. It's all PC at 1080p. So I thought I'd compare the character full body animations. So Battlefield 3 is the top video, and by elimination that means Battlefield 4 is the bottom. From the beginning of the clip you can tell the Battlefield 4 characters are a bit more fluid in their movements, but as DICE developed the Frostbite 3 engine just for this game instead of using Frostbite 2 to near full capacity, is the change enough? The colours look crisp, and I like the more individual character animations, like throwing the gun onto his shoulder, unlike Battlefield 3's bland one-man army style movements. And just at the end of Battlefield 4 clip you can see the particle effects being used and the puddles of water they run through, as well as the reflective surfaces, just like in Crysis 3, which was made by CryEngine, but more on that later. I'd like to also note the lens flares, which I'm not a fan of. Yeah, they can look good when needed, but I feel that DICE tend to overuse them in 17 minutes of footage. Sometimes it doesn't look like they're coming off anything, and he's not wearing glasses either. So another nice idea that DICE have implemented into their campaign is open micro sandboxes, and basically this means that you can attack the enemy from a variety of different ways. I mean, I could drive this buggy straight into the middle of the carnage and open up fire. I could have my the rest of my squad lay down suppressive fire, and I could flank them if I wanted to. I could not use the vehicle at all and just run in with a shotgun or snipe from long range. The reason that this is a good feature is because it opens up the game to be played again in a different way, and I think that is great because the last campaign was a bit boring and it was so linear, but they've obviously looked into this, and that's a good job. Okay, so I spoke about this earlier a little, and here I want to show you comparisons of particle effects in the form of two explosions. Again, top is Battlefield 3, bottom is Battlefield 4. Personally, I think that the Battlefield 4 has improved this, with the deep dark smoke encasing flames and bellowing up into the sky. I think it just looks really cool, as well as the dust clouds and the debris from the blast, which is noticeably different. And I do think it's a good improvement, but it's still making me think the one question I will ask at the end, and I'll let you know then. But here I want to show you how the air support works. I think that's pretty cool that you can call in your air support, it highlights up the enemies and it just destroys them. I don't know if you're going to have a set amount of these throughout a level, or if you just get a couple for certain areas, but it'd be pretty cool to find that out. If you could have them throughout the game, it would make things pretty interesting. Also in the campaign using Frostbite 3, DICE have doubled the amount of facial animations and skin shaders, creating a more immersive feel. If you believe the characters look real, you're more likely to enjoy the game in my opinion. And here's a comparison shot with Battlefield 3, and again this is a nice touch. I think it works as you can see the distress in the soldier's face as he clings on for his life, giving a better impression that you were saving him from certain death below. One of the final things I'm going to finish on is the relationship between the user and Wrecker. In this scene, your squad member is trapped and you have to free him by cutting off his leg. The interaction between characters creates a stronger relationship, and bundled together with the facial and full body animations, it helps you create a rapport with your character, motivating you to play on till the end. I'd like to say here, this is my opinion on what DICE has tried to accomplish, as I obviously haven't played the game yet, so cannot give a first-hand insight. The negatives that stand out to me are the aesthetic details, like the murky blue tint and the over-top lens flares, as I mentioned before, but so far it has left me open-minded about what to expect with a degree of anticipation. Saying that, pretty much everyone is more interested in the multiplayer, as am I, but it's nice to see that DICE are improving on past mistakes, and hopefully this carries through and patches are kept to a minimum. So on my final note, I'm unsure of DICE's reasons to create a new engine when only 40% of the Frostbite 2 was used for Battlefield 3. I won't be pre-ordering the game due to DICE's recent track record. All I can say is, will Battlefield 4 just be what Battlefield 3 should have been? Hopefully it will be more. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. We should see sometime around October or September. Until then, thanks for watching. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.
Yep. Tombstone retrieved the intel.
And
The Russians would be loyal to Admiral Chang.
confirms a report from our asset in China.
So, Staff Sergeant Dunn with KIA for something we already knew.
You have your orders, Captain.
Affirmative. Steaming towards the east coast of China.
You'll back me up, right?